Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista, here on YouTube, and today is Thursday, October 6th. So, yesterday was a no good, very bad day. It was a very long and challenging work day. So challenging, in fact, that as soon as I'm done filming this video, I still have stuff to do on the file. Today's job went much smoother, although we were down a team member unexpectedly. But I was done that file by like 12:45, so that will let me finish yesterday. Okay, so even though I worked until almost 10 o'clock last night, I was determined to get some stitches in because, I was going to do fucking stitching. So, I am so very close to finishing the tree. I watched the most recent episode of Handmaid's Tale. And I watched the most recent episode of Tell Me Lies that I've been watching on Hulu. And if I can get the zipper open, guess I can throw that away. Don't need that anymore. So let me show you, because I really only have a tiny bit of the tree left, which I will get done tonight. And then I'll be done. So yeah. Isn't it looking so good? So I was able to, last night I filled in down here where the tree is. So literally just so I could, do that. And all I have is this to fill in, and that's it. That's it. And I don't know why that one little square is open. I might just fill that in right there. Why would that be open? I don't understand that. So I'll probably fill that in. And that may have been miscounting on my part, because I had to fudge almost this whole entire tree. But I think it looks really good. I have the stuff all ready to finish it. It'll take me 2 minutes to finish this. And then, so I had went on Color and Cotton's website just the other day to look at their threads, because I really love that Red Delicious thread so much that I was like, let me go and see what else they got. So I actually ordered 4 skeins, I think it was, of one of her black variegated colors for the Salem Sisters Apothecary. And it's actually coming in the mail today. So if I want to start that next, I'm still on the fence about which one to start. I can start it because I'll have the thread. Yeah. So let's read a small miracle story. Oh, and the actress in yesterday that I was talking about, it's Alfre Woodard. I had thought it was Viola Davis. Someone had said that, but no. She's the one that was in, what was that movie? But she was in How to Get Away with Murder. But no, this was Alfre Woodard. And oh my God, they're both such wonderful actresses. Okay. Blanca was born in Satmar, a small town on the outskirts of Hungary. She was the third in a family of 10, 7 girls and 3 boys. As part of a large family and in a community bustling with children, Blanca was somewhat lost in the shuffle. She was not an exemplary student. She did not exhibit exceptional talent, nor was she especially popular with her friends. No one took particular notice of her, no one except for Sergei. He was a young boy who lived down the block. From the time that they were both very young, Blanca and Sergei played together in the courtyards of their homes and in the fields on the edge of town. Long after all the others had outgrown childlike games, they continued to delight in frivolous play. When he was 14 years old, Sergei spoke to his mother about his plans for the future. He said over dinner one night, "I'm going to marry Blanca one day." "Sure you will," replied his mother, and then encouraged him to finish his meal. Blanca knew how much Sergei cared about her, and it made her feel special. Sergei's admiration for Blanca grew, as did the years. On the evening of her 15th birthday, Sergei came to celebrate. "Blanchuka," he called to her. That must be a nickname, I guess. He called to her from the back window of her house. Blanca peered out. There Sergei stood, serenading her with love songs, accompanied by a band of gypsies playing violins and guitars. "You were so special to me," he called up to her. "Sergika," she sighed, as Blanca leaned out the window, listening to Sergei sing. She felt cherished and loved. For the 2 budding sweethearts, life was good, but it didn't last too long. Shortly after their special night, World War II broke out. In anticipation of the worst, Blanca's parents prepared to move the family to America, and Blanca was devastated. How can I leave Sergey behind, she thought, but how can I not? At 15 years of age, Blanca did not imagine that she had any choice but to follow her parents' lead. I will miss you, Blanca said to Sergey between tears. Write to me, Sergey implored. The two promised to stay in touch and meet again someday soon. For Blanca, the move to America was difficult and unsettling. Though she longed to stay in touch with Sergey, the war made it impossible to do so. When Blanca turned 18, her parents arranged for her to meet a young man who had a fine reputation. Blanca's heart still yearned for Sergey, but she was persuaded to leave the past behind. She married the young man, and together they raised a family of 5. Despite various challenges, their marriage was good. As time wore on, the memory of Sergey faded somewhat, but was never totally forgotten. In 1995, Blanca returned to her homeland. She was now a grandmother of 10. She had heard from a distant relative that Sergey was still living in Satmar. This information awakened in her a desire to go back to her native land. She yearned to tell Sergey how much he had meant to her through the years. She wanted to tell him that he had remained a sweet memory, that she had never stopped loving him with the innocent love she had for him as a child. Blanca walked the streets of Satmar, surprised by how small it seemed compared to the way she remembered it. She recalled that when she was a young girl, a horse and buggy was a familiar sight. Now taxis, buses, and cars were everywhere. She hailed a taxi. Please, she said in her native tongue, could you take me to this address? Blanca showed the taxi driver the street name and number where Sergey reportedly lived. Ah, my dear friend Sergey, the taxi driver said, you want to see him? Why, yes, Blanca said, surprised that the driver knew him. You did not hear, the taxi driver said in a lowered voice. Why, yesterday, Sergey passed away. Blanca never did get to say what was in her heart. Instead, she visited his cemetery plot, laid a wreath on his tombstone, kissed it gently, and walked away. Man, that's horrible. That was the end of the story. So the comment, we always think there is a tomorrow, so why expose our feelings today? Why risk being vulnerable? Why take the chance? Because today, what we love, what we feel, what is real is what we have. Tomorrow, it may all change. That story actually reminds me of the movie Bridges of Madison County with Meryl Streep and Clint Eastwood. If you haven't seen that movie, holy hell. Yeah, that definitely reminds me of that. That's awful. I mean, I'm still a person that believes in that things happen for a reason, but you don't know what your life would have been like if they would have stayed together, right? Okay, I'm going to end here so I can grab some lunch and then get back to work. I hope you guys are all having a great Thursday. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.